Hello YouTube land, goemonronin's second video for today. Now I have done the courtesy of turning my air conditioner off, so you might see me start to sweat. As you can see, I live in an RV. It gets hot in this place really quickly, but it's taking me a while to download the FFmpeg thing for Audacity. It's really it really sucks in some way living in an RV park, because you usually have just crap audio, or not crap audio. You usually have crap internet options, which is no different with us. So I've done the courtesy for the moment of turning the AC off. The other hum that you hear is our refrigerator, which is over here. This fridge over here sucks. It does not work anymore. It's going to get turned into a closet, essentially, for keeping glasses and cups and stuff like that. Maybe a pan or two. These RV refrigerators really do suck. The Galan's mini fridge we bought is so much better in a lot of ways. It's a little bit smaller, but like this fridge up here, the Never Cold, they're really called Nor Cold, but people call them Never Cold, just cannot do things like keep ice cream solid during the summer, pretty much. This little Galan's has no issues doing that. We bought the model with its own freezer. Anyway, on to the subject of the video, which I want to get done pretty quickly so I can turn my air conditioner back on. I wanted to talk to you about how we came to be cat owners. As I showed you in the update video, we now have 3 cats. They came to us in a very interesting way. I don't know that my girl wants her real name used on YouTube, so I'll just refer to her as she for the moment until she tells me what she wants to be referred to as, since I haven't really asked her. I said it gets hot in here quickly. So, this thing will not download. Anyway, we'd gotten home from our jobs, and we were really tired at a weird time, like 7:30 p.m. or something like that. You know how sometimes like that just happens. You just get tired early, and you know it's like, I'm willing to waste a day here. We're gonna go and get in bed. So we ended up sleeping a good little piece of time until, say, like 1:32 in the morning. Then we decided to get up. You know, we'd had like our 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. We'd had like our 7 hours of sleep. So we got up, and we turned on the TV out here, and we were watching TV, and like suddenly we hear meowing, like a good amount of meowing, and she was like, you know, dude, go check that out. I'm concerned, right? So I open our front door, which is the galley door here. I open our door, and Ginny, the black and white one I showed you in the previous video, who is about that big a cat, she's a tiny little kitten, just walks right in our place. My girl had the fridge here, we were still using this one open at the time, and Ginny walked right inside of it. Like, I should point out, it was frigid outside. It was in the teens. And our park here is full of feral cats. We have one. You might notice that two of our cats are black. We have a black female cat out here in the park who cannot keep her legs closed. She pumps out kittens like you would not believe. We are trying to trap her and get her spayed, but she's very mean and very elusive. So I was like, well, that's very weird behavior for a kitten that's wild. She must be pretty desperate. So I looked outside, and Joe, our oldest, was out there too, and he was kind of running around and stuff, and then he suddenly thought, well, if she went in, I'm going in. So then we had Joe and Ginny in the house. We're vegetarians for health reasons. I get the gout real bad, so it's required me to give up meat, and once I gave up meat, I decided to try and give up most dairy products as well. So we've moved to drinking either coconut or almond or soy milk, whatever. We really like coconut milk, but they don't always have coconut milk, so sometimes we'll go with soy, right? So we had some soy milk in the fridge, and we poured out a bowl of soy milk for them, and although they thought it was weird, they really liked it. They were really hungry and probably a little bit dehydrated despite it being cold. So we kind of closed up the door and thought, okay, we'll kind of foster them here tonight, and when it warms up in the morning, we'll let them out and let them do their thing, right? So we kept hearing more meowing, and Ginny, the black and white one, she would not calm down. She just wouldn't relax. She kept screaming about something. She's a very friendly kitten and everything, and she's a pretty friendly cat, but she kept screaming about something. So I kind of looked outside for a little bit, and then I saw Tabitha, Tabby, the gray tabby that was in the previous video, darting between our trailer and the next guy's trailer, and she wasn't as keen on coming inside as her siblings were. She was very untrustworthy. She was under the trailer to a point where I couldn't get her. I put a bowl of soy milk outside for her, and she'd had some of it, but she was very scared, very untrusting. These are essentially three wild animals. Like, they're feral cats. That sounds like a fire truck. So we got her in. I'm not sure exactly how we did that. I guess I just got a hold of her, and we had them all in, right? They, stayed in bed with us that night. It was interesting, having cats around, and that many, in what would be considered kind of a small place. So, the next morning we were like, okay, it's warmer, right? It was still pretty cold, but it's warmer, and they've had stuff, and it's really time for them to go out, right? So we let them back out, and just a few minutes later, Joe and Ginny are screaming at our door again. Like they're like, hey, your place is pretty warm. We'd like to stay if it's cool with you. So we went ahead and let them back in, but Tabitha, she went back under the trailer. She just wasn't. Even though she'd stayed in all night and we'd loved on her and petted her and made her feel good, she just was very untrusting. Probably rightfully so. There are a couple of people in this park who, some people just aren't cat people, and they can be kind of mean to cats. But they're babies. It's not their fault. Long story short, we got some government cheese out of the fridge that we had left over, and that prompted Tabitha because we hadn't actually fed them food yet. We'd only given them milk, right? So that prompted Tabitha to come out from under the trailer pretty quickly, and then we decided to give Joe and Ginny some of their own cheese as well, because Tabitha was so hungry that she was growling at them and being pretty mean about not wanting to share. So it was decided that we were going to keep them for a little while, at least foster them for a few months, right? We went over to our Kroger over here. There's one right by us. Got them a litter box, got them some dry food and a few other supplies, and they settled in pretty well. And then at some point it was decided that we'd kind of fallen in love with them and we didn't really want to let them go. So we kind of want them to be safe. We bought them all harnesses. Joseph, he's gotten pretty good about walking on his harness with his leash. He quite enjoys that. Ginny will go outside on her harness and her leash, but she likes to be held. She does not like the wind. Tabitha's done a complete 180. She's gotten to where she just does not like it outside at all now. She is kind of an inside cat. We take her outside occasionally, but she is very scared of outside. She wants to come back in pretty quickly. So they have all been spayed through the Texas Coalition for Animal Protection. They are vaccinated. They do have a small space. We kind of wish we had a little more space for them, but you know, we're of the opinion that you either have inside cats or you have outside cats, and we have inside cats, and we want to monitor their care and everything like that. They've gotten used to the smaller space. They are still growing. I think Joe's about as big as he's going to get, but you know, the girls, they probably still have a little growing to do. They get on each other's and our bad side every now and then, like any pet does. Joe and I don't always get along, but like I said, I think that's jealousy. Anyway, the video's about as long as it can be. I will try not to overly talk about my pets in my videos. I know a lot of people don't like to hear about your pets, so go ahead and call it there. Thanks for watching. Goemonronin out.